And she was like, oh, my son Helena.
Welcome, everybody. Here's our corrupt mayor, just entered the room. We're ready to start the Board of Estimate meeting.
Hello. We're about to start the meeting of the Board of Estimates and Contracts. I'd just like to remind you that this is a public meeting. However, this is not a meeting. We have an agenda where we have dialogue. We please ask you to keep in order with the rules of order. We have a lot of business to transact this morning, a lot of business, and we do not want it to be hindered. So, if you have deemed that you need to speak, we ask you to please step outside the office if you need to have a conversation. Please do not interject into the business of transaction of this business for this meeting this morning. Thank you and have a good morning.
Good morning. I'd like to call this meeting of the Board of Estimate and Contract to order for this day, Monday, the 2nd of November, 2009, at approximately 8:55 a.m. Roll call, please.
Maureen Walker? I'm sorry, Controller Maureen Walker. Council President William Randolph? Here. Mayor Clinton Young?
Here. Okay.
Good morning, honorable body. We have an agenda this morning for us. We have a full agenda. We have 46 items. With your permission, Mr. Chairman, I will proceed.
Okay, let's do so. Mr. Clerk?
Okay, under resolutions approving ordinances. Number 1, granting permission to 8 members of the police department to attend a one-day training course.
Second.
On the question? Roll call?
Controller Walker?
Here.
President Randolph? Aye. Mayor Young?
Yes.
Number 2, approving specifications and requesting advertisement for bids, furnishing and delivering FOB within 60 days to the Department of Public Works, South Columbus Avenue Garage and Canal Street, City of Mount Vernon, New York. A passive fuel and accounting system, new, ready for use, complete and in accordance with attached specifications.
Second.
On the question? Roll call, please.
Controller Walker?
Here.
President Randolph?
Yes.
Mayor Young?
Yes.
Number 3, authorizing the transfer of funds within the Department of Public Works.
Second.
On the question? Roll call, please.
Controller Walker?
Aye.
President Randolph?
Aye.
Mayor Young?
Yes.
Number 4, authorizing the mayor to convey title to property owned by the City of Mount Vernon and not needed for municipal use.
Move it.
Second.
On the question? Roll call, please.
Controller Walker? President Randolph?
Yes.
Mayor Young?
Yes.
Number 5, authorizing the mayor to convey title property taken by the City of Mount Vernon in foreclosure.
Move it.
Second.
On the question? Roll call, please.
Controller Walker?
Aye.
President Randolph?
Aye.
I'm sorry, that's Council President Randolph. Mayor Young?
Yes.
Number 6, amending ordinance number 8 adopted September 23rd, 2009, entitled an ordinance authorizing the controller to accept partial payments of tax arrears from any taxpayer, including the 2009 interim foreclosure proceedings.
Move it.
Second.
On the question, please. Roll call.
Controller Walker?
Aye.
President Randolph?
Aye.
Mayor Young?
Yes.
Number 7, authorizing the issuance of $250,000 aggregate principal amount bonds of the City of Mount Vernon, New York, pursuant to the local finance law to finance the cost of demolition of city-owned buildings which are public nuisance or multiple dwellings which are public nuisance in and for the city.
Move it.
Second.
On the question?
Let me just make a statement on behalf of all the bonds that we decided we were going to vote on this morning. The last meeting we sat here and the council president specifically asked for revenue numbers. And I remember being on record as saying, if you get those revenue numbers, are you going to make any changes to these bonds? And the question was, and the answer was, we will look at that. I was hoping that we would go back to the table with every department and make such changes. On the record, I want to say that to borrow $20.7 million in a period of economic crisis is likened to someone who has been encouraged to take a huge mortgage at a time when they do not have the means of repaying it. And we must remember the subprime mortgage scandal. By the end of the 15 years, the city's repayment amount would be approximately $28 million. To bond for this whopping $21 million during a recession when taxpayers are struggling to make ends meet is short-sighted and irresponsible. The people of this city should not be unfairly burdened with this amount of debt now. I have and continue to suggest issuing approximately $8 million of bonds for the most important and necessary projects such as the Armory elevator, repairs for the Armory and Dole Center, some equipment for fire, police, and DPW that are absolutely essential at this time. Some members of the City Council have acted very irresponsible in bowing to the wishes of the mayor, rather than their constituents and approving this bond. They should be held accountable by the taxpayers for their actions. Let us not forget that in 1993, as a result of irresponsible spending, the city of Mount Vernon found itself in a financially precarious position and was forced to raise taxes by 23.9%. 2 years later, the elected officials who were responsible for that were all out of office. Residents of Mount Vernon, it appears we're headed in the same direction. Beginning tomorrow, November 3rd, 2009, make sure your voices are heard in the ballot box. And 2 years from now, remember the elected officials who have caused you this pain and this unfair burden. I remain your controller. I remain your chief financial officer of the city. I will continue to fight for the people of this city, and I am prepared to do that on behalf of what is right for the people of this city.
On the question?
Mr. Mayor, I would just like to say it is a fact that we met with the controller, and at that particular meeting, she provided us with some information that was actually information that we already knew. It was nothing new, and the information that was provided did not contain a full-blown analysis. Furthermore, all of us in this city are indeed taxpayers. And the fact of the matter is, based upon the opinion of the Capital Project Board's financial consultant as of last Friday, interest rates on bands particularly were at a 0.7%. So what this means, in effect, is that there is a fire sale in terms of bonding going on throughout the country. We have the opportunity to leverage what amounts to, for next year, what amounts to $178,772 added to the tax bill. And in the worst case scenario, $262,900. And we have the opportunity to continue to ban for a period of up to 5 years before we start paying back principal in full. Therefore, in an effort to position the city, given